Our Computex 2017 coverage is brought to you by Thermaltake and the Hall of Fame series by Galax. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. We're at the Thermaltake booth, and as promised, here are all the TT mods on display at the TT booth at Computex 2017. Now we're going to start from left and work our way around to the right to the end. So first off here we have the build from Ronnie Hara from Japan, and this is it here. He's gone with the fully sort of steampunk sort of build, sort of design. And just a rundown on all the cases here. Thermaltake has gone with mainly all these ones on front are some form of Tower 900 build. Some of them are different cases, but most of them are showcasing the Tower 900. And as you can see, he's gone with a lot of sort of copper sort of accents on here. As you can see, along the top, along the sides, all copper work there. A little bit more on the front. So I'll try and spend about a minute on each build. We'll just have a quick look at the spec card so you can see just a little bit more about Ronnie and what he said there. All right, now moving on to the other one. Here we have local boy Corey Gregory from Australia. He's gone with the full-on decked out Pirates of the Caribbean build here. As you can see, he's got the skull on top. Now, if you haven't seen much of this build, Corey has a great YouTube channel. He does time-lapse videos and he does mod progress videos on all his builds. So if you want to see more on this build, because I'm not probably going to be able to get it all in this video, be sure to check out his YouTube channel. I think it's like I Am Face Roll Designs, sort of similar to that, but I'm pretty sure you'll probably be able to find it. Actually, I'll just get a shot on the on one of his cards here, and you can just search for that and you'll be able to find it. And he's gone with full like a ship in there and crazy amount of detail work, which just looks sweet. And just a little bit on the spec card here. All right, moving on to this monster here. Now this is in a WP100, I believe. It may even be a W100, but I think it is the P with the pedestal. And this thing is just nuts. So of course this is from Suchao from Thailand. We've probably seen this one before. It is just nuts. These tube runs are just insane. Look at this. It's going to be hard to get all the autofocus right because it is reflecting off the acrylic, but the amount of detailed work, just all of this, like this here is all this side work here. This is acrylic work and it is just insane. It doesn't even look like acrylic. But yeah, just the amount of detail he's gone into this build is just insane. And a quick look at the spec card, and it is, yes, a WP100. Now moving on to this little monster here, I'm not even sure what internal chassis this one is using. This is from the famous modder Crow. He's done some crazy amount of work, and this thing is just insane. We'll just get a close-up of, so that's the modder Crow. This thing just looks nuts. He's even got like the ROG logo sort of cut out in there. All these awesome lighting effects, and there's just one awesome piece of work. And if you just get a shot back, very nice system there. It actually tells you what base system it is using over here. And we can see that it is using the Core X5, which I had no idea that it was using that one. All right, now we have this monster over here. So this is Mike from Belgium, and this is his system here. He's from PC Customs, and this thing is just insane. And you can sort of tell this is based on the Tower 900. It kind of resembles the same sort of design, but there's a heap of crazy work in here. Not just on the outside, but if we open these panels up, got the lighting effects. We can see that inside is fully custom as well. We've got a custom GPU mount, and we have a custom motherboard tray. If you're familiar with the Tower 900, this is not the way how all the system components go in. So this is completely modified, and I think it looks really good. Great way to show off the video card. Great way to show off the motherboard, especially the RAM as well. Like that's just sitting out there, and that looks really sweet. Just a few other shots. And up top as well, we've got some sort of, this is the Tower 101 sort of design, so it's meant to resemble the Taiwan Tower 101. And just a quick look at the spec card there. All right, now while we're still talking about Mike, from Belgium. This is another one of his builds. This was at CES, the start of the year. Now this is based on the tower, sorry, not the tower, this is based on the P5. As you can see, it's got the same sort of, resembles the same design, but it has a full custom front panel. So all the tubes run to the front panel, sort of the plexi front panel. They route around and then they come back to the components. And we've also got the 2 video cards, one on the left side here, and then we have one on the right side here. Now this is just nuts. This is a dual socket processor, or dual socket motherboard with the 2 processors. This thing is just nuts. Crazy system right there. All right, now moving on to this monster over here. This is Marcel from Brazil. This was in the latest, or the previous Thermaltake Case Mod Invitational. I think this may have come 2nd or 3rd. I'm not quite sure, but this thing is just nuts. This thing is based on the Core X71. And just have a look at this monster. The amount of detail and work in this is just insane. Just taking a look at the front. And look at that, this thing is just crazy. Another crazy mod coming out of Brazil. So much detail going on there, and it's just like a freestanding design. And then a little bit more on the spec card there. Now moving on to, there was another one here from Jesse JP Modified from the Philippines. He's actually doing a interview at the moment, but he did the Titanfall mod, which was at the Thermaltake CES booth earlier this year. Now this wicked build here, I'm pretty sure we've all heard of Ron Lee Christensen from the US. He's an artist masterpiece. What he does is he goes to the extreme levels of detailed work. So all of this is by him. He hasn't stuck on figurines, he hasn't done anything like that. This is all done by hand. He's made all of these skulls, all of this lighting, everything by hand. Hours and hours of work of sculpting. I'm not even sure what tools he uses. I'm sure he has a plethora of little random tools. He cuts and makes grooves and all these little shovels and things to get all these effects, and this just looks insane. It looks so real. It looks actually pretty scary. Probably wouldn't show your kids this, but yeah, it looks nuts. The amount of detail work in there. And of course there is a full system inside there, and I think it does have 2 loops, which Ron said as well. But yeah, very, very nice build there. And just a quick look at the spec card on that one there. And now we have the this one here, Donkey Kong one. You may have seen this one before. This is from TT's own thermal mic from the US. Full Donkey Kong build here. This was at CES earlier this year at the Thermaltake booth. Pretty sick little look. He's really gone with the design of Donkey Kong. You can see he's got like the barrels running down the tube and whatnot, and it just looks really, really sick in this Tower 900 build. Alrighty, now another build I want to cover. This one was just too monstrous to fit out on the main table. This is by a co-op design here with Peter Brands and Tim Warding, both from the Netherlands. And as you can see here, this is a T2 or T2 desk. It's got 2 Tower 900 builds, and this thing's just a monster. And it's got the glass on the top. Of course, being a LP3, he had to do a sort of a desk build just to keep all his sort of themes sort of the same. And of course, we have all the UV green in this one. Very, very nice system. Very clean. We've got a lot of roll gear. It's looking very nice. And then we have the other one over here, which is very similar. I think they actually might even be identical by the looks of it. And we have some logos down there. And then we have this really nice bit at the back, which just runs under it. Really nice design, but it's a great concept putting these 2 towers together, and you can actually fit your desk chair under it, and you just put a bit of glass on the top, and then you can game away. So very, very nice build right there. Alright, so the last build I want to cover is our monstrous P7 build. So this is our own GGF in-house build. It's going to pick up a heap of reflections, but you've probably seen the time lapse we did on this. We didn't even know that this one was going here. We did this build to review the case, and then Thermaltake was like, could we have this build And then surprisingly, this is up on center stage at the DTT booth. So this has been hanging here for about 4 days now, which I was really happy with, because yeah, I didn't know it was going to be hung here, and this thing weighs a ton. So to still be hanging on this wall, because these stage walls are pretty much just sort of put up in a hurry just to get sort of these booths completed. But yeah, this is my build here. It does really look quite bland compared to all the other fully custom modded builds, but I guess if this is what Thermaltake wanted, just something nice and clean to stick out in the front of their booth, and that's pretty sweet then. But yeah, anyway, that's all the modded builds. I want to thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the next video.